All right, thanks, guys. The Knicks take on the Celtics, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Boston. The Celtics open the betting as the 12-point favorite and the total at 217.5. And since those markets opened this one up, no real surprises here as we saw Boston take a lot of the early money. We've also seen significant money on the over as well. Right now, Boston's minus 13 with the total moving upward to 218 flat. So once again, Boston opened 12, now 13. Total open 217.5, up to 218. 52% of the consensus is leaning toward Boston. 51% of the consensus is shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Knicks are plus 775 for some money line cash. Boston's minus 975 for some money line cash themselves. Now, when it comes to this matchup here, both teams, believe it or not, are putting up very similar numbers offensively. This New York offense is scoring 109 points per contest. They're shooting 44% from the field. Meanwhile, on the other side, Boston's scoring 109 points per contest themselves. They're also shooting 44% from the field. So almost identical numbers. It actually comes down to the decimal point when you take a look at the math. But anyway, both teams scoring 109 points per contest. Both teams shooting 44% from the field. But here's where we start to see a little bit of a difference between these two teams when it comes to the trends. Boston, they're just 10 and 13 against the spread overall for the year. They're covering 47% of their games when laying the points. This Boston offense is putting up just 108 points per contest on their home court. They're also shooting just 44% from the field at the Garden. Now on the other side, the Knicks, 2-0 against the spread in their couple of head-to-head matchups with Boston already. This New York team is 15 and 10 against the spread overall for the year, 8 and 6 against the number in their games away from home. Now, scoring-wise, New York is 80% to the over in their games at the current posted total. They're also 8 and 6 to the over in their games on the road. Meanwhile, on the Celtics side of things, they're 75% to the over in their games at the current posted total themselves. 6 out of their last 7 ball games went over the line as well. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take a road dog in this one. Give me the New York Knicks plus 13 in the over, 218 in that one. And before we get into some more games, I just want to take a quick timeout and just welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action, modified slate of games. But before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans for our modified slate of NBA basketball games for this Thursday night. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Suns, Trailblazers, 10 o'clock tip-off in Portland. The Blazers open the betting as the 14-point favorite, the total at 215 even. Since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing a slight fade of Portland on the spread, and we're also seeing movement upward on the total as well. Portland's now minus 13.5 with the total moving upward to 216 and a hook. So once again, Portland open 14 down to 13.5. Total open 215 up to 216 and a hook. 58% of the consensus is leaning toward Portland. 85% of the consensus is shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Phoenix is plus 800 for some money line cash. Portland is the $10 favorite on the money line themselves. Now, both teams are giving up over 112 points per contest, but here's where we start to separate the two teams. Portland, they failed to cover the number in their last 8 straight. They're 0-8 against the spread in their last 8 ball games. They're also just 1-10 against the spread in their last 11. They've been horrible against the number as of late. This Portland defense is allowing 112 points per contest. Their opponents are shooting 38% from the three-point line. Now, on the Phoenix side of things, Horrible team, I get that, but not bad against the number this year. They're 66% against the spread in their games at the current number. Phoenix is also 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 in Portland, if you're into historical trends there. Now, total-wise, Portland 7-2 to the over in their last 9, 2-1 to the over in their last 3 at home. Meanwhile, this Phoenix ball club is giving up 119 points per contest on the road. Their opponents are shooting 50% from the field. So with all that said and done, I still think Phoenix can keep it close, but I do think it's going to go over. Give me Phoenix plus 14 after buying the hook, and the over 216.5 in this one. All right, next and final game for the show. It's going to be right there, and it is going to be Rockets Jazz 10:30 tip-off in Utah. The Jazz open the betting as the 2.5-point favorite with the total at 216 and a hook. And since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing a slight fade of the Jazz when it comes to the number. We are seeing slight movement downward on the total as well. Utah is now -2 with the total moving downward to 216 flat. So once again, the Jazz open 2.5 down to 2. Total open 216 and a hook down to 216 even. 54% of the consensus is on Utah. 72% of the consensus is shaded toward the over. Houston is plus $1.15 for some money line cash. Utah is the $1.25 favorite on the money line themselves. Now, when it comes to this matchup here, both squads are playing respectable defense in certain spots this year. Houston's giving up just 107 points per contest on the road. Meanwhile, Utah is giving up just 107 points per contest themselves, any location, both home and away. But here's the disparity. Here's where these two teams start to separate. This Utah defense is allowing 112 points per contest on their home court. Their opponents are shooting 50% from the field at home. And their opponents are also hitting 41% of their three-pointers in Utah's arena. So Utah really allowing many points on their home court. They're also just 3-6 straight up at home this season, 4-5 against the spread in their games on their home court, and they're covering just 37% of their games as the official home favorite. Now, on the Utah side of things, I'm not going to say they've been lighting up the world either, but they have successfully covered 2 out of their last 4 as the official Vegas underdog. Their defense is allowing just 107 points per contest on the road. Houston's also successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 4 as the official road underdog. And if you're into historical trends, they have successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6 in Utah. So Houston getting the job done against the number in certain spots there. Now, when it comes to the scoring, we've had a lot of overs between these two squads. Houston 14-9 to the over for the season when it comes to all of their games played. They're also 7-6 to the over in their games away from home. Meanwhile, on the Utah side of things, they're 16-9 to the over themselves for the season. 8 out of their last 9 games on their home court went over the total as well. 8-1 to the over in Utah's last 9 games at home. So with all that said and done, I think we'll see some scoring. This one should be a pretty good game, at least on paper. But I got to take another road dog in this one. Give me Houston +2 and the over 216 in that matchup there. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me and our modified slate of Thursday NBA lines, personal leans, and picks. Before I get out of here, I just once again want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. That'll give you access to the daily best play, which I do at least minimum 5 per week. You're going to get 20 daily best plays throughout the entire month. And right now, the daily best plays are absolutely hot. You can check out my record for the daily best play on patreon.com. That is a part of the free content. And there's plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser and just check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, if you're a current patron of mine and you're watching this program, excuse me, I don't think I've ever sneezed on camera. Wow, that was awesome. But anyway, if you're a current patron of mine and you're watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. you most certainly make it all worth it. And once again, thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. Please don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/ProcPage.